Did you know that even though men are the most likely aggressors in domestic violence, that they can also have a grand effect on stopping domestic violence? Today we're going to talk about 16 things men can do to end domestic violence. To help get these messages out, please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, hit that like button, and please share these messages with others because you never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. Time magazine published a great article titled, How Men Can Help End Domestic Violence. So I'm going to share a brief portion of this article. It said, in order to have healthy relationships and a healthy lifestyle, men have to be open to talking about and tackling difficult issues like domestic violence. Whether it's with fathers, uncles, friends, or coworkers, we have to take responsibility for starting that conversation. And as men, they need to understand that being able to admit vulnerability is a strength, not a sign of weakness. They continue saying, sadly, more often than not, men know what's going on, but ignore the issue. Or we wrongly assume that it happens to other people, certainly not our friends, sisters, or daughters. And we can't imagine our brothers or friends would ever abuse their girlfriends or wives. But with 1 in 4 women in the United States experiencing domestic violence in her lifetime, it is likely that many of us know someone who's been affected. As men, they say, we need to start recognizing that domestic violence is our issue to solve. It's up to us to speak up when we see abusive relationship. If we know a victim in trouble, we need to call the police. And the last thing that the article said is, it's also our responsibility to talk about this issue and teach others what a healthy relationship looks like. It doesn't matter how you start that conversation. What's important is having the courage to do that. I really liked how they talked about how being vulnerable was a sign of courage and a sign of strength. And, you know, men, you can do a great thing. So let's talk about some ideas of what men can do to help eliminate domestic violence or intervene in a situation where there is. So here's an idea. Approach gender violence as a man's issue, involving men of all socioeconomic and racial backgrounds. View men not only as perpetrators or potential offenders, but as empowered bystanders who can confront abusive peers. If a brother, a friend, a classmate, or a teammate is abusing his female partner or is abusive to females in general, don't look the other way. Here's another idea. Have the courage to look inward. Understand how your own attitudes and actions may perpetuate sexism and violence and work to change them. And if you suspect that a woman close to you is being abused or has been sexually assaulted, gently ask if you can help. Be an ally to women who are working to end all forms of gender violence. And men, you can recognize and speak out against homophobia and gay bashing. Discrimination against lesbians and gays is wrong. This abuse also has direct links to sexism. And men who speak out against sexism are often subject to homophobia, which is one reason so few men do so. You can attend programs and you can take courses and you can read about masculinity, gender inequality, and the root causes of gender violence. Educate yourself and educate others about how larger social forces affect the conflicts between individual men and women. And don't fund sexism. Refuse to purchase any magazine, see any movie, or buy any music that portrays women in a sexually degrading or violent manner. Protest sexism in the media. Men, you can also mentor and teach young boys about how to be men in ways that don't involve degrading or abusing girls and women. Lead by example. We need men to be champions for justice. We need men to stand up and help put an end to gender violence. You could be the person who saves a life. You are called. We are all called to be champions for justice. Those who suffer violence need those who love them and those who don't even know them to step out and reach out to them, help to give them the courage and help they need to leave before it is too late. The question is not if you will encounter a victim of violence. The question before God is, what will you do when you do encounter them? This series is dedicated in honor of Gabby Pettito, a bright young woman whom the world has lost because of gender violence. If you are a victim of violence, know this. It's not your fault. You are valued. You are loved. You are intelligent. You are beautiful. God does not want you to suffer violence. He wants you to live free from violence in peace and tranquility. There is a way out. Abuse is not love. If you are a victim of violence and or find yourself in a dangerous situation, call 911 for help or reach out to somebody. Please reach out to somebody. To help get these messages out, please subscribe to our channel so you won't miss a single episode. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and hit that like button. And please share these messages with others. You never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about why women don't leave abusive situations. Until then, God bless you.